La, la, la.
Welcome back to Daytime here on Rogers Television. Well, as we mentioned during the beginning of the show, New Year's is the time that we all make New Year's resolutions, and I think one of the biggest New Year's resolutions people make, specifically smokers, of course, is to quit smoking.
It should be.
Exactly. But how do you do it? Well, we're about to tell you a great way to do it, a great way to help you quit smoking. And John Piche joins us from Omega Laser Therapy. You are the owner.
That's
correct. We now have that part down pat. Tell us a little bit about, John, how you got into this and what piqued your interest.
15 years ago, I was smoking about 40 cigarettes a day, and I was having trouble breathing, and I was having chest pains every day. And I tried several times to quit smoking, but nothing seemed to work for me. And then a friend in Toronto told me about laser therapy, and 3 of us ended up booking an appointment, and we went in together, and we all quit. I basically walked out an hour later and haven't had a cigarette in 15 years.
In one treatment?
One treatment.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about this because I'm sure you just intrigued a lot of viewers at the same time. First of all, John, tell us about laser therapy. How does it work? What's the process?
Well, the laser therapy to quit smoking, we use a low-level laser, which is totally painless, and target different acupressure points on your hands, face, and ears. And what the laser does is it stimulates natural chemicals in your body called endorphin and serotonin levels temporarily, so that while your body's going through that 3-day physical withdrawal, instead of feeling crabby and irritable like you normally would, you actually feel just quite the opposite. You feel calm and relaxed, you have a sense of well-being, and you just don't have the physical desire for a cigarette once you've had the treatment. So basically you're walking into the clinic and walking in a smoker, and 45 minutes later walking out a non-smoker.
Now, how great does the desire have to be to quit smoking in order to make this effective?
You have to want to quit. No one can force anybody to quit smoking, but if you have the desire to quit, the laser therapy is definitely going to help you.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, but at what level, John? Because I think every smoker, I would think, I'm generalizing here, but wants to quit, right? Everybody wants to, but at what point? Should you be at the, is it okay to be sort of halfway there? Is it okay to be, sort of have that desire? At what point should you be before you take on something like this?
We have a pre-questionnaire that people fill out, and we find out some background information. And one of the things that people, one of the questions is, do you want to quit? And a lot of people have to quit, but don't necessarily want to quit because of health reasons. There's lots of different reasons that people want to quit. You can still love to smoke, but as long as you know deep down that you have to quit,
that's enough.
The laser is going to help you because you need to get through that 3 days basically without a cigarette, so that you're no longer physically dependent. But most people can't go through 3 days without a cigarette, because the withdrawal is worse than heroin or cocaine to get off of.
Right.
Wow.
So is that part of the counseling portion of the program?
Yes. When the client comes in, they fill out a pre-questionnaire. They watch a short video which explains how the therapy works. And then I would sit down personally with them and go over the information and give counseling on how to overcome the hand and mouth habit and the triggers that are associated with smoking.
So once I've had the therapy and I'm leaving, 45 minutes later I'm leaving, what about if I need some follow-up, if I need some help, if I need some more counseling? How does that work?
We do offer 2 backup treatments at no extra charge within 1 year. So should you have a relapse, or even if you're just having a bad day and you think, I'm just going to go buy a pack, that's when you need to call us, and you can always reach us 7 days a week from 9 to 9 and just arrange for a second treatment. There's no charge for a backup treatment should you need it. And 1 on 10 of our clients on average is coming in for a second treatment. So there's a very good chance you won't need a second treatment, but it's peace of mind knowing it's available.
Right.
So this is if you actually have a relapse and start smoking again regularly?
Not necessarily. You could just be having a bad day and have really, really bad cravings. You could be going through something stressful and you say, oh, I wish I had a cigarette. And that's when you need to call us and just arrange to come in for a treatment, because the laser will make you feel good temporarily and get you through withdrawal or any bad periods.
So I was also reading in your background research here about supplementation. What is the supplementation?
We offer a vitamin program which helps to detox your body, and that's included in the cost of the program. And it just basically helps to get rid of the toxins and poisons built up from smoking.
John, let's talk a little bit. I think some people's biggest fear, too, when they quit smoking, they're going to replace it with something else. And one of the big things they replace it with is eating. What about weight gain, weight loss?
Yes. When you quit smoking, your metabolism does slow down to normal, and because of this, a lot of people do gain some extra weight. And I know that's a concern for a lot of our clients. We have something that's called weight management points, and if someone's interested, we can target an extra set of acupressure points which would stimulate the metabolism and get it running quicker so that you're able to burn off the calories much easier. And it also helps to suppress your appetite so that you don't get the same hunger you would normally have.
So why is smoking so addictive to people? How does it affect them?
They put close to 5,000 chemicals in a cigarette now, and in the last 7 years, the cigarette manufacturers have increased the nicotine content by 11%. So they're making them as strong as possible. Even for someone that's never had a cigarette, all they have to do is have one cigarette, and chances are they're going to want a second cigarette. So it's extremely addictive.
Well, now, John, I mean, we have to play the devil's advocate here and ask the questions, but I'm sure at home the viewers are yelling at their TVs because it sounds too good to be true, right? It sounds like...
Absolutely.
It sounds like, what do you mean you can walk in and, and it's that easy? Can you explain to us a little bit more in detail the science behind it? Like, what do you mean by the laser and the acupuncture points or the acupressure points?
The acupressure points are based on different points along the meridians of your body. And what the laser is going to do is it's going to raise your endorphin and serotonin levels, which are your body's pleasure and calming chemicals. It's going to raise them up so that you feel good, calm, and relaxed, while your body would, normally you would feel a terrible physical withdrawal, where people have anxiety. Some people cry, some people get angry. I don't know if you've ever seen that Nick Wreck commercial.
Yeah, it's great. It's hilarious, yeah.
Well, then, anyone that's ever tried quitting cold turkey can relate to that stewardess, because that's what you go through. You just usually lose your temper, and the laser makes you feel calm, relaxed, you sleep well, and you don't have the physical desire for the cigarette once you've had the treatment.
So it's basically replacing what those toxins, what that nicotine, how it affects you?
Well, the cigarette's it makes your pleasure chemicals, your endorphin and serotonin levels, it raises them higher than normal. So when you quit, they drop, and that's what puts you through that terrible withdrawal. And you need to go through 3 days without a cigarette so that you're no longer physically dependent. And most people just can't go through that. So the laser's going to make you feel really good. A lot of people love the effects of the laser because it just feels so calming and relaxing. It's a great de-stressor.
I was just going to say, it sounds like you could use this type of therapy for many different things, depression and stress and all kinds of things.
We're offering a stress and anxiety treatment coming in the new year.
Oh,
and
wow,
it's
great.
The Stop Smoking program, and like I said, it's just a great de-stressor. You just feel
and
very
if people,
calm.
I'm sure you've intrigued people right now in this segment, if they want to get involved, what's the best way to get in touch and get their appointments?
Yeah, you can reach us, you can go to our website. There's lots of information there. It's at omegalaser.net, or you can reach us by phone. I can give the number if you like. Or,
sure, go ahead.
613-884-7867.
Well, John,
thanks
so much. You're inspirational, for sure.
Absolutely.
And hey, go try it out. See if it is too good to be true. But we know some friends that it's worked for, so we know that it works. Don't go away. We've got lots more daytime to come right after this.